Good morning, you are joining me on the outskirts of Abergavenny in South Wales. We have been up very early, about 6 AM, to get the train here, changing at Cardiff. And we're on a 2-day little mini adventure, so going to cover about 22 miles today. Going to walk from Abergavenny, pick up the canal, the Brecon Canal, walk along to the edge of the central Abergavenny, the central Brecon Pica mountains, and we're going to pitch up overnight in my outdoor research helium bivvy somewhere near sort of Cairn Pica on the edge of the Ridgeway Walk. And then tomorrow we're going to get up, hopefully have decent weather, and do the Ridgeway Walk. So only about 5 or 6 miles at tops. So I've got all day to potter about doing that and exploring the central mountains. So looks like a glorious day. We are currently just on the River Usk, like I said, on the outskirts of Abergavenny. It's looking really, really beautiful out, so hopefully it's going to be a really good day of leisurely walking, perhaps taking a pub later on for a cheeky cider. And yeah, because I've got no real destination to get to by any real time, have a nice relaxing walk today. So yeah, let's meander on. We're approaching the end of the Riverwalk section now, which is a real shame because it's been a really nice walk. There's not that many places where you can walk alongside a river in the UK. Something like 95% of them, or 95% of river stretches are on private land, they're not accessible. So any chance you get to walk 3 or 4 miles alongside the nice river is always good. And I have been treated to 3 kingfishers and a couple of herons and a grey wagtail as well. So there's been quite a bit of wildlife. So clearly this section of the Usk is in pretty good condition given the wildlife and stuff. But we've got to get on and cross the main road in a minute, and then we're going to do the first little bit of ascent for the day, just to take us onto some different footpaths, which will then drop us back down to the Usk River further on, and then we'll be able to follow the Usk River all the way into Crickhowell hopefully. But yeah, so far so good. 90 feet of ascent in 4.2 miles, so incredibly flat, very relaxing, and I've just been meandering along, admiring the views, walking at quite a slow pace to be honest, because yeah, just going to try and relax on this one. After trudging along the A40 for a bit, we're now back onto the proper footpaths, which I'm really grateful for, because whilst there was decent pavements alongside the road, you were close to traffic going at 60 miles an hour, big lorries and stuff. It's never really pleasant walking. So we've actually left the A40 to cut up and then go back down to it. So we just avoid a long road walk by cutting up through some country footpaths and then dropping back down where we should be able to cross the A40 and get back onto the Usk River. So that'll hopefully be a nice little detour. But yeah, we're about 7 and a bit miles in now, so it's not been going too badly. And this is part of a much a much longer project, which might be out in a year or two's time on the channel, which I won't go into any details of. But yeah, something I've been working on for a while, and I'm finally starting. So this video is going to kind of chart a wild camp and explore, but there's going to be another video charting something a little bit different. But let's get to Crickhowell for lunchtime and get a nice pasty from the bakery. was a very pleasant little detour. All the footpaths existed. Got me back to the A40, got me back to the River Usk, which is just behind those trees there. So we're about 8 miles or so in, 8 and a bit miles in. Just off the pasty, having a nice cold drink, got a lovely view. So making pretty good time, it's about 20 to 1. So I'm hoping to get back on the trail just before 1 and try and hit the canal and keep up a reasonably good pace through that section, get to the mountains then and start that big piece of ascent. Not too bad a walk so far. It's a shame that you lose the river for a while and you've got to get onto the main road, but apart from that it's been very peaceful, very nice, and Crickhowell's a lovely little place to have a wander around, so I've taken advantage of a couple of shops, a bakery and stuff. As you can see, canal on my left. So I don't know how many miles we're going to follow this for. A good few miles, maybe 4 or 5. We'll find out. So it's going to be very, very nice, relaxing walking now, because obviously you can't get lost. The canal's on your left, you just follow the towpath all the way along. Quite sheltered here, trees either side. You've got a big steep section up there, and that's up to the Llanganadon Moors. And then when the trees do break to my right, you've got great views of the Black Mountains, so the most eastern section of the Abergavenny Mountains. So it really is a lovely valley to walk, because you've got height all around you, but you can just weave your way peacefully along the canal and have a really relaxing walk. So this is a section that anyone can do, and you can also cycle it. So I'm just going to mosey along. I've got a second pasty in my bag, ready for later on. This is such a lovely area. on a section of locks now, so we are doing a bit of ascent, and obviously there's 5 or 6 locks here I think, so we're going up a little bit. Yeah, early start today, so it's nearing 4 o'clock now, so I'm starting to flag a little bit, but I had a much needed sit down, pint of cider, aired my feet, put a compeed plaster on a massive blister I've been developing for the last 8 miles, and I feel a bit more refreshed now. So really beautiful afternoon now. There's a few spots of rain earlier, but it's completely cleared up and sunny. I'll be honest, I'm not too sure how far is left to go. It's between sort of 5 and 7 miles, I think. I'm not quite sure which that is, but as it's not quite 4 o'clock, sunset's about 20 past 8, we've still got plenty of time, I think, to get up to somewhere we can camp up on the mountains. So I'm not feeling too stressed. Just trying to make a bit of progress along the canal, because it's going to get slower when I start hitting the sections of ascent once we leave the canal. And we're going up to about 760 metres, I think, up the one Vach. So that's going to be, yeah, a decent amount of ascent on some pretty tired legs. So yeah, we'll just keep moseying along. Still got views of the Black Mountains straight ahead. Having a rest, about 15 miles in now, so maybe another 5 miles to go. The views from where I'm sat are absolutely stunning. A hill, which I can't remember the name of, to the left in front of me, which is on my to-do list, I need to complete it at some point. Beyond that, Mynydde Llangors, Mynydde Troed, and then the Black Mountains sweeping along, and you can see one of the highest points. I mean, you can see both of the highest points as well. And then way over there in the distance is Sugarloaf. Absolutely stunning. You can see the Ask River down in the valley. It is just an absolutely amazing view. I can see now why this footpath is here, because it gets you out of the valley, and suddenly all these views you've had little snippets of every now and again suddenly just sit right in front of you. And the sky today is absolutely beautiful as well, with the blue sky and the little fluffy clouds. Just, yeah, I'm sitting down because I'm knackered, but sometimes when you just do that and take in the views, it's just absolutely incredible. Slightly worrying is that we've got to get up that lump in front, that nice sort of point, and we've got to go down the other side and go right up to the very top, where you can just about see maybe the tiny little lump that is Cairn Pica. So that is the plan. This is going to be the toughest stretch. So yeah, let's get started. About 17 miles in now, which means there's probably 2 to 3 miles left to go. I'm working my way up to Indee, and then we're going to have some food there and see whether I want to walk up to Cairn Pica or if there's somewhere to wild camp on this hill up here. I'll see how I feel and see what the location is like. Footpath's been really good. The reservoir is a really stunning one. Lots of nice hills around here. Yeah, it's a really nice location. A random vending machine only accepts cash. Luckily I had some cash. I've had a nice cold Lucasade Sport. I don't normally have sugary drinks, but it seemed like the perfect place to have a sugary energy drink. Yeah, a bit of a detour to get onto this footpath now, but this footpath up is really nice. It's just obviously going to be a continual ascent. Done 1,100 feet of ascent since Crickhowell. And yeah, it's going to get a lot worse before we get to this last section. Yeah, so it's going to be weird tonight. I've got obviously my helium bivvy, the outdoor research one. I've also got a small tarp, just in case, because I've got walking trekking poles anyway, and I've got a trekking pole chair to use. So a little bit of luxury that I've lugged all the way with me, which I should really try and use at some point, just to justify carrying it all the way here. But yeah, what a long day. It's gone 6 o'clock now, so awake for over 12 hours. Fairly long train journey. Walks in between as well. Yeah. It's not been a great summer here in Wales, but today it's been absolutely stunning really. Very warm, nice skies, and it's cleared right out now, so yeah, I better stop waffling and start walking again and try and get up to the top of this hill. Up on Indee now. Not really anywhere to pitch a tent, it's just all very dense, low-lying purple heather and stuff, so I might have to just mosey all the way up into Cairn Pica and have a nose around up there. So still looks like there's quite a bit of sun in the sky. It's not too late, sun's not going to set till about 8:25 or something like that. So I think just going to have to get on with it and go up the steepest part and get on top of the actual mountain itself. We've just done over 2,000 feet of ascent now, so yeah, done a mountain's worth of ascent, and there's still perhaps another 200 odd meters, 250 meters from here up to Cairn Pica, and I can't really show you because the sun is blaring behind it, so it's all very backlit. But yeah, it's quite windy as well. So I'm going to try and find some kind of sheltered spot for my bivvy. So it's going to be an interesting little challenge, I think. And I'm looking forward to my second pasty. I'm so glad I've got some food. Right, let's get up with it. You can never capture on camera just how steep some of these locations are. And this is so steep, it's got stone steps built into it, which are an absolute godsend, because trying to get there otherwise would be a complete nightmare. I think I am pretty close to Cairn Pica now, unless it's a false summit above my head. I'm just taking 5 before that last few hundred steps up onto the top. I'm slightly worried about where I'm going to pitch my bivvy, because obviously it's a bivvy sack, it's a lightweight one, single pole, it's only got two peg and out points, so it's not designed to be pitched in windy conditions really. It needs a sheltered spot, so I've got to try and find somewhere sheltered. I've still got about an hour of sunlight left, and obviously twilight will keep going for a lot longer, especially this high up. I'm going to be over about 720, 750 meters, depending on where I end up wandering. It's pretty cold here in the shade, pretty cold wind. I've only got my ultralight 1499 Audi sleeping bag, but I've got my OEX thermal sleeping bag liner. I've got a down jacket, I've got some thermal layers as well, so even though I've gone with a lightweight bivvy, I've got a 40 litre pack, just to make sure I've got enough layers to be safe and comfortable at this kind of height. Even though it's August, it's not it's not the warmest August, and at this height it's still going to get pretty chilly overnight. Yeah, the views are absolutely incredible now. The views north down to the sort of flatlands and the fields, and Llangorse Lake over there. Still see the reservoir, Tyler Reservoir down the bottom. See right the way down to the heads of the valleys, so the valleys, hills, which I've all walked, and on my minus list on the channel you'll see a few of those as well. It's really beautiful. I just hope I can find somewhere comfortable to pitch up, because yeah, I want to get a good night's sleep because I'm pretty knackered, and I also want to wake up with decent views, so I don't want to just pitch in a ditch somewhere really, but we'll do whatever's safe. But yeah, about 2,500 feet of ascent now, so yeah, it's been a tough last section, but totally worth it. Actually, I'm nearer 2,700 feet of ascent if I watch. Yeah, absolutely glorious. So I'm going to get on and push this last little bit up to the top. Well, I'm kind of just sat in a pit really. It's really windy up on the ridge, so I've had to drop down and just try and find any kind of sheltered space. So it is fairly well out of the wind here, so I should be able to have some food, rest for a little bit, and then get my bivvy set up. It's 8:05, so I've only got about 20 minutes of sunlight left, although I'm in the shade anyway. Pretty spectacular views in this direction. Not going to be the best spot in the morning because there's not going to be a sunrise view because I'm below one of the mountains. But really, I've got no other choice. I've just had to find the only real sheltered spot around here. I don't want to spend any more time wandering around looking for somewhere more sheltered, so just make the best of this. I'm so tired, but I think I should sleep anyway. Obviously been awake for sort of 14 hours now. Done quite a lot of mileage over the course of the day. Yeah, so I'm going to eat my pasty with relish. Not literally, because I haven't got any relish, but I'm certainly going to enjoy it. And yeah, then I suppose get my bivvy set up and get into it, because I am knackered and it's pretty cold, so get warm and maybe have an early night. Well, the sun has set, the moon is out. It's been up since 6 AM. I've walked over 20 miles and I'm going to go and sleep in a glorified bin bag. Yeah. Got my down jacket on because it's really quite cold. But this is a lovely lightweight OEX jacket I got on sale many years ago. It's been a really faithful jacket, so it's all good. I'm hoping the bivvy's okay. It should be set up so that my head is slightly elevated, so I should sleep okay in it. I'm just not looking forward to getting out for the I don't know, the 3 or 4 AM wee, trying to get my boots on, which are impossible to get on at the best of times. But yeah, I'm absolutely knackered, so I'm going to have treat myself to a little chocolate thing. Then it's time to clean my teeth, take my contacts out, and just get into bed. Catch up on social media and message my partner and stuff, and then yeah, try and get some sleep. So I will catch up with you in the morning. Hopefully it'll be a nice one.